My name's Trevor Moawad. I work in the field of both sports psychology and mental conditioning. I've spent the last 17 years working for two major organizations, IMG and Athletes Performance. My father was involved with a company called the Pacific Institute, one of the top motivational educators in the industry starting in the early 70s.
I can either affirm where you are, or I can affirm what you're capable of becoming.
Their mission was to maximize the human asset, recognizing that your physiological abilities were not the defining characteristics always in what makes people great. I learned from a young age that there was going to be some connection between the way I thought and what would happen to me in my future. Like many, I was a bit of an educated derelict until I faced adversity in my own life. When I was sick, what I understood is while positive thinking may not work all the time, I did learn quickly that negative thinking did work all the time, and it always worked negatively. Had I not experienced my own adversity and legitimately be scared, I wouldn't have understood these principles.
Well, these two teams have played entertaining games in recent years.
I met Russell on the losing side of a football game. For many years, I've had the great privilege to work for Florida State University. We were one of the top football teams in the country.
This is going to be a challenge for NC State.
We went to North Carolina State. We were up 21-7, had a comfortable lead.
Touchdown Seminoles!
And in the fourth quarter,
Little bit of room.
he dismantled us.
Russell, touchdown! Wilson, gonna throw for a touchdown!
And I just remember thinking, who's that guy? Russell's agent, Mark Rogers, and I had a good friendship. We had worked together on other athletes. I talked to Mark about Russell coming. Russell had a lot of options as to where he would go. I think Mark felt comfortable with me. When he showed up, he was impressive, he was well-spoken, and I think like many, I think the first thing you say is this for real? My significant other and I, we went out to dinner with him and spent time with him, and I enjoyed being around him. We were like-minded with the way we looked at things. You don't look at Russell Wilson and say, God bestowed on him physiological gifts that made him better than everybody else. Your physiology matters, but your mind influences the decisions you make every day. How else can you explain a 5'10" athlete who's been told countless times that he can't do what he's doing it, not just making it, but in fact being the winningest quarterback through 5 years to ever play pro football? When it comes to teaching these concepts and how they relate to athletes, it really comes down to simplicity. My own internal ad campaign, my own thoughts have 10 times the power of the outside thoughts. In the same way that Nike in 1988 came up with Just Do It, and it had significant influence on the growth of the company, the law of substitution says what I tell myself is what I think about and what I focus on. And it's that simple. There's no magic. In truth, it is not just the want to, which we all have, but it's the commit to. If we win one day and we stack another day on top of that, we've taken another step forward to becoming who we are capable of becoming. And I think that's the goal we should all have.